All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders, a great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shatir from the Chicago camp, coming back to you what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And this is going to be real quick, all right? And this is in response to Mr. Charlie Kirk, okay? Who, in his brief time on this earth, said many things that came back to, for a lack of a better phrase, bite him in the ass, okay? Because if you all don't know what happened with Mr. Charlie Kirk, somebody put a bullet in his neck, and now he's in the spirit world. And it's funny because he, as I said before, he said some things that, as I said, came back to bite him in the ass. And it makes it so that his timely or untimely demise has a bit of divine comedy to it, sort of say. Let me see if I can find one of these videos. Hold on one moment. All right, here we go.
Worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. So then how do you reduce? Very simple. People say, oh, Charlie, how do you stop school shootings? I don't know. How did we stop shootings at baseball games? Because we have armed guards outside of baseball games. That's why.
We saw in Uvalde.
Okay, so this guy said, unfortunately, it may have to take many people getting put in the spirit world by gun violence so we could have a properly working system for the Second Amendment. And then look what happens to him. See, this is why the scripture tells us, what's that in Proverbs 18 and 21. It says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Okay? And so you have this man on record saying that it might take people to get put in the spirit world by guns for them to have some type of proper legislation where the Second Amendment can function the way they feel it should. They meaning Edomites. And lo and behold, look how he gets taken out. He just so happened to be one of those people. And if you listen to more of his speeches, he says that to be able, I'm just paraphrasing a long conversation. He basically says that being able to empathize with people is weakness. And you have a whole lot of people on the internet talking about this isn't funny. And you got a lot of people even more saying, no, this is funny. That's why I said this kind of has that divine comedy to it. Because the people on the internet are telling the folks who are butthurt about it that, isn't this the same guy that said you shouldn't empathize with people? But the thing is, when you empathize with people, you're in a position where you can understand why they're in that situation and why they feel the way they do, why they are thinking the way they are about this situation. And see, when there's understanding, progress can be made. When there's no understanding, no progress can be made. And see, these words that this guy, Mr. Kirk, said, like I said, it's come as folks put on the say in this modern world, well, that didn't age too well, or that aged badly, something like that. But yeah, who would have thought that the Lord would take him out in such a disgraceful matter, and he would be put to shame and humiliated by his own words. What's that one scripture? Condemned? Is it mouth condemned or lips condemned? Let me try to find it real quick. All right, I found it. This is Matthew 12. I had it worded wrong, but I knew it had to be with condemned. Matthew 12 and 37. It says, "For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned." Let's get that word condemned.
Strong's G 2613, katadikazo. Katadikazo.
Katatikazo. And it says to give judgment against one, to pronounce guilty, to condemn. Okay? So by his words, he was judged. And this is why his untimely demise is met with so much laughter, mocking, and shame, because the same words that he lived by was the same way he went out, and how he's being treated now since he's in the spirit world. Oh man, you can't make this shit up, man. But yeah, I thought it was pretty funny nonetheless. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I hope you all were edified. Till the next time, we're going to say shalom.